I don't know what to do. There's so much stuff all over the place. I'm so confused. I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh my god. Hi everyone. So, welcome to my newest video. I never noticed that taste before. Excuse me while I'm eating parts of my lip gloss. So, hi guys. Today I'm doing my best of the best. The top tiers, the wonderful A-list, fantastic products, makeup products specifically, of 2019. Today I will be putting all of the makeup products that I have been using this entire year into one video and doing a best of 2019 makeup products. I am really excited to do this video. I actually love watching these videos on YouTube. They are some of my favorite ones to watch, and it's really exciting that I now get to drop stuff, that I now get to do some of my own and show you guys what I'm really loving. And I have a lot of favorites. This is gonna be a long video, so stay tuned for the lengthiness. Also, excuse my brows. I didn't do them today. And also, I need to go get them done. I'm out of it. Look at my nails. Anyway, guys, let's get into this video. All right, guys, so first thing I'm going to mention is, of course, my primers. So the first primer that I'm going to mention is obviously my tried and true Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is obviously a limited edition one that I don't even think it's sold anymore, to be honest, but this is absolutely 100% the best thing to spray on my face right before I put my makeup on. Well, I apply a different primer afterwards, but I absolutely love this. I love the way it makes my skin feel. I love the hydration feeling. I love that there's not really a scent. Well, this one has the jasmine rose scent, but the original one doesn't have a scent. And even when it does have a scent, it still smells good. So I'm a big fan of this. I just really love it so much. I've been using it for so long. I've gone through way too many bottles of these and we'll have to go through another one soon. But I've been loving this. Absolutely loving this. Next thing, more primers. So two of my favorite primers, one's lost. Found it. Okay. These are my two favorite primers that I've been using a ton this year, more so than any of them. I did want to put in primers that I've really actually used a ton this year. There are a lot that I'm using right now that I like, that I wasn't using all year. I just recently bought them within the last couple of months and have been really liking them, but I wanted to mention the tried and true ones. So first one here is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is a primer that when I purchased it, I just fell madly in love with it, and it shows. Something I've actually hit pan on. Number one, it smells so good. Amazing, amazing smell to this primer, and I love that you can just use the smallest amount of it, and it makes your skin look flawless. You gotta be careful with this because if you use too much of it, it does start to like pill on your face, and I've noticed that it does that, and then it also can make you feel really greasy, and I don't like that. I don't like the feeling. So therefore, make sure you use a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Amazing, amazing product. It fills in my pores, makes everything over here look really nice and flawless and just pretty. So next primer is the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer with Shine Block 12-Hour Matte Spheres and Pore Shrink Technology. It's a mouthful, but it's good. You obviously can't see how much of this I've used, but if you felt the bottle, I actually have a newer one in my drawer, but if you felt this one compared to that, I've used a ton of this product. I would say that like half of it's gone probably, and I think that's impressive for a primer because I never get through primers, ever. But this is amazing. This one is great during the summer months when I'm getting that oily T-zone. I put this right in that section and it just keeps that shine away. And not that I don't like a little bit of like a nice dewy glow, I do. I just don't like it when you can see the shine and then you can see my pores. This blurs them out. This makes them look really, really flawless, and it keeps me matte all day. And I don't always like being matte. Like I said, I still like a dewy little glow. But there are times like I'll go to a party or something like that, or some sort of gathering, and I need some shine control. This is my guy. It's very good. It's always the one I go right back to, and it's just fantastic. I love this. Next thing I'm going to go into are my foundations. My favorite foundations this year were actually, some of them I discovered mid-year, some I've discovered maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, so I'm cheating just a little bit, but they're like absolute favorites that I cannot stop using. One of them is the Concealer from Tarte. And what I love about this is that you can use this in the summer or the winter. It has your SPF in it, which is awesome because honestly, one step SPF is just simple for me. I like it better. And this is full coverage, whether I use it with a beauty blender or a brush. I like it either way. This is not my shade, but I do use my custom cover drops from Cover FX, and it changes the shade. It makes it amazing. And yeah, I just love this. I really do. It is absolutely amazing. It's something that I've been loving for quite a while now, and obviously you can see I've used quite a bit of it. It's the only thing I used when I was on vacation this year, so big favorite of mine. If you have not picked this up, I would totally go get it. It's amazing. Next product that I'm going to mention is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Now, I don't think I've mentioned this in my video so far, and obviously I've only been doing videos for the last 4 months or so. So I haven't been able to really show you guys everything that I love because it's not easy to constantly do makeup tutorials and stuff like that. It's a little difficult. But anyway, this is an amazing foundation that I've been using for quite some time now. I purchased this probably, I'd say 6 to 8 months ago or something, and I use it a lot. I really just love the lightweight feel of it. The fact that it's not a matte foundation, it doesn't dry down too much. I just really love the fact that this is lightweight and it looks really nice on my skin. That's one thing that I've been looking for a lot recently, these past 4 months or so. I've been looking for foundations that make my skin look very natural, very nice, and like skin. Like I'm not even wearing foundation, but I still need coverage because I'm like Zit City. So this really helps out. I really, really love this product, and I honestly love the packaging too. It's so nice and sleek, and NARS is just one of my favorite brands, and they have such cute packaging, even though it's the same thing for everything, but it looks really cute, so I like that. Now, I also wanted to mention my custom cover drops from Cover FX. I have been using these for a few months now, and yeah, it's the end of the year. I know that I started using them, but at the same time, they're just the everyday routine now. I can't help myself. I have to use these. These are in G+ Medium 1, it's a shade, and I'm literally obsessed. I use this in my foundation every single day. So I did pick these up a while back, fell in love with them, obviously just put them in a favorites video, but I would say they're really favorites because they are a need. They're a necessity, something that I need to use every single day. Next, I'm going to talk about concealers, and I have a decent amount of them. I'm sorry, I know. I have 3 concealers here that I've been absolutely loving this year, one of them being the KKW Concealer in the shade 4. Now, this is a really nice, I would say medium coverage concealer, and I have been loving this for months now. It's just a very good product to use. I love the packaging. It's very sleek. I know that KKW Beauty has very nice packaging. It's all like this very beige, simple, pretty looking kind of stuff. I just really like it. It's very nice. And when I started using this at first, I was like, I'm probably not gonna like this. I have a feeling I won't. But I heard Casey Holmes talk about it a while back, and I was like, let me give it a shot. It's one of my favorite concealers now. Like I said, provides, I'd say, medium coverage. You can build it up to full, but I think that it makes my under eyes look really nice. It really is a great concealer. Next concealer that I've been using constantly, I haven't been using it in the most recent months, but it is still a very big favorite of mine. I've just been trying out a lot of new stuff, but This one I used for so long now that I'm pretty sure I'm out of this one. Yeah, I have to open up my new one. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. And this guy is just this is good. I would say that my Shape Tape gives more coverage, but then again, I don't really know a concealer that kind of really beats Shape Tape. The only thing about Shape Tape is that it's heavy. It's a heavy concealer. So I'm looking for something more lightweight on certain days. But anyway, this is still very high coverage. I've been using this for so long. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of it. Yeah, there's barely anything left on this applicator. I love this concealer. Very, very good. I would say this is right below Shape Tape when it comes to coverage. It still looks flawless underneath your eyes. It's a great concealer. Covers up everything. I do use it on like blemishes too. Obviously not today. It's minor, just show it everywhere, but very good. Absolutely loving this, or have loved it for a very long time. Last concealer that I have here, this is the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. I did mention this in my most recent favorites video, but this is actually something I've been using for quite a while. I did purchase it months ago, and I was using it over time. I just didn't really put it into a favorites video before this one because for some strange reason I forgot. But amazing concealer. Like I mentioned in my last video, this is more medium coverage than full, but it's still an amazing concealer, and I really enjoy using this. One thing I've noticed though, this is a new one that I got, and for some strange reason it like closes like this. I don't know why, but anyway. It is amazing. It really gives you, like I said, that medium coverage, but still is very lightweight. And that's something that I love for concealer, especially for everyday use. I still like using concealer because I do get some dark circles. This is perfect. Absolutely love it. So next thing that I'm going to mention is going to be powders. One of them that I got back in the summertime that I fell in love with is this Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Blurring Powder Foundation. This is in the shade Y235. This is just, I have no words for this because it's just fantastic. Number one, the packaging is perfect for on the go. I have to say, guys, number one, surprisingly enough, you can actually use the pad that it comes with to apply to your skin. This is perfect for those months when it's really hot outside and you gotta blot a little bit because you're getting a little oily, and then you just apply this in those spots, and whoa, I got that in my eye. And this makes your skin look flawless. I mean, wow. It also is pretty much medium to full coverage, so you could actually use this as your regular foundation. I do like to use this as kind of like a blotting powder, I guess you can say, in the summer, and I also like doing it just to touch up on my makeup. So as you can see, I just did that right now, and my makeup is back to looking nice again. That's the only pressed powder that I have. The rest of them are all loose setting powders. One of them is the Pretty Vulgar The Powder Room Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. This is my third one, I think. This has been a favorite for quite some time. This powder is just perfect. Like, even though they're all translucent setting powders that I have here, this is just perfect for my skin tone because it doesn't, you know how sometimes setting powders, even though they're translucent, they can change the shade of your foundation. At least I've experienced that multiple times. I don't know about anybody else, but I have. This is amazing. Blurs out your freaking pores. Makes your skin look flawless. I can't say enough good things about this, and the packaging is so adorable. So this is almost a full ounce, and I've used up 2 full ones of these, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love this. Another setting powder that I've used so much this year is the Peach Perfect setting powder from Too Faced. It's the mattifying loose setting powder. It does smell like peaches. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of this. It is a very, very good setting powder. And when I say it, the one thing is with this powder, even though it really blurs out your pores, it makes your skin just look like seamless and there's nothing going on. The one thing I have to say about this is when I apply it, you gotta make sure you keep your mouth closed, because if you keep your mouth open, you're gonna wind up eating some of it by accident. And the taste of it is not bad. It's peachy, but it goes to like the back of your throat and it's just like, it's very weird. It's a weird feeling. I don't like it, but it's an amazing setting powder. I highly recommend this. I think you should try it if you haven't already. Oh, I got some of it in my mouth. Next setting powder I have here is from Cover FX. It's another one that I've used a ton of. I don't know if you can see, but I've used basically most of this one. This is the perfect setting powder in translucent light. And I love this setting powder because just like the others, it's really good at blurring out your pores. It just makes your skin look like skin. And it doesn't give it that perfect look, because I don't like when skin looks absolutely perfect, because your skin is flawed. It has flaws. It's just the way it is. But this really sets the skin well. It sets the under eyes very well. And obviously, you know, I set pretty much most of my face with setting powder. I love this. It is amazing. So, so good. The last one is one that I actually recently fell in love with a few months ago. This is the Chanel Natural Finish Loose Powder. And this is in the shade 20 Claire. This powder is amazing. I would say that this is actually probably one of my favorites. I love the packaging. It's just so, it's nice. It was a luxurious makeup product. But this really makes my skin look really, really good. I am like fascinated by how well this works. I use this with either a brush, my beauty blender, put it all over my face, and nothing moves all day long. Everything is set. It stays there. I'm obsessed with this powder, guys, and it's expensive, so it's gonna suck when I do run out, but it's such a fine powder. Ugh, the one thing I hate is when you get chunks of powder on your skin. This does not do that at all. Very fine. And the last thing I'm going to mention, it's not really a setting powder, but it is something that I use right after setting my face. I've mentioned this way too many times. This is the Ambient Lighting Palette from Hourglass, and it does have the shades Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light in it. These are amazing. I mix these all together. I just put them like everywhere and it makes your skin look very glowy and very nice. And these are just a very unique powder that I feel like you can't find just anywhere. I feel like Hourglass is known for these powders. They're one of the most popular products from Hourglass. I'm fascinated by these to this day, and it still looks brand new even though I use this constantly. Definitely expensive, but a product that is well worth the money. So now I want to get into bronzers. There are a few bronzers that I've used a lot this year, and I honestly just love the way they make my skin look. Very, very nice, very sun-kissed, and of course one of them is always going to be the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I feel like this is a go-to for so many people, and I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on this yet. It really is an amazing bronzer. I mean, it gives you such a beautiful sun-kissed look. It doesn't get blotchy or anything like that. It just is so smooth when you apply it to the skin, and I've been loving this for so long. I would say even more than a year. I remember purchasing this way back when, probably like a good year and a half ago, and being absolutely obsessed with it, and I love this. Absolutely love it. Next is one that I honestly didn't think I was going to like when I purchased it. I got this, I don't even know where I got this. I think I got like a set from Laura Geller, and it's the Bake Body Frosting Face and Body Glow in Tahitian Glow. So it doesn't look like anything special, I guess, and it doesn't even look like I used it, but I used a ton of this. I actually fell in love with this when I started using it. It made my skin look so nice. I was so surprised by it because I never really heard of a lot of great products from Laura Geller, and not that it's not a good brand, I just think that it wasn't something that a lot of people focused on. I don't know. But I saw this online one day, thought I'd try it out. They give you a lot of product, honestly. It's actually almost an ounce here. This is 0.85 ounces, which is honestly a lot for a bronzer. The one thing I think is so dumb though is the packaging. Like, it's huge. Why does it need to be this big? Like, why did this whole thing need to be here? I don't get it, because it's just like a hole or whatever, not a hole, but it's like, what am I supposed to store other products in here, which I actually can do. It basically just fit in there. Like, it's just strange. I didn't understand that at all. But other than that, the bronzer itself is great, and I love the giant pan. Giant bronzer pans are just like my thing. I love that. Now I'm going to look at blushes. So I'm a big blush gal. I love blush, and I like a lot of different ones. But these are definitely ones that I went back to so many times recently within this year. One of them is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 24-Hour Blush in the shade Party. This is it. It's a very nudie blush, but it's also like a pink nude, a pink mauve-y kind of nude. This is what I was wearing at one point every single day. It was just a nice everyday blush for me, and I still like this, but right now during this time of the year, I like something a little more like of a bronzy, kind of a golden brown look for my blush, but I still love this. I still use this as an everyday blush, especially once it gets closer to the summertime. I go for a lot of like peachy ones by them, but this is absolutely amazing. I am very much impressed by these blushes. They do last a really long time. I don't know what crack is in them, but they're good. Next thing is this Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte and Shimmer in the shade Warm Honey. So this is what I'm talking about with the more bronzy look. So this looks more like a bronzer than it does a blush. It's actually what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. I've been obsessed with this for months. These are just amazing. I have them in quite a few shades, but this is one that I'm just loving so much right now. I love that you can do the matte blush, and then you can go and do a nice shimmer on top of it. Or you could even use this as a highlight, and it still looks really nice. I also love the packaging. Cover FX, I think it was just this year, repackaged their products, and they look better than ever. I love the magneticness. It's very nice, very sleek and pretty. Very good. And Cover FX is a clean and Sephora brand, so it's technically a clean beauty brand now, which I think is awesome. This little blush I'm going to mention is also a duo. This is from Jouer. This came out in the summer. It's the Cheeky Summer Blush Duo in Terracotta Sands and Hot Coral. This I actually still use in the fall and the winter time. I don't only just use this in summer. I think they're beautiful summer shades, but you can definitely use these in the winter months. I think that these are amazing. I love that they sell them in duos because you have two shades that you can use, and you can either mix them or you can just use one. And I love like the shimmeriness of them. Like, you can see that they're shimmering here, and it's so pretty. I absolutely love these blushes. Really loving this. Absolutely loving this brand. Discovered this brand this year as well. Very good. Next thing I'm going to mention are highlighters, and I'm mentioning this Jouer highlighter. It's the powder highlighter in Topaz. This is my favorite shade. I have 3 of these, but these highlighters are fantastic. They honestly give you the prettiest glow to the skin. I mean, just like, I don't know if you could see that. I don't think you can. It's just too similar to my skin. I don't know, you might be able to, but it's amazing. I started using them because Whitney Simmons recommended them. She had a video of her doing a workout, and she had this highlight on that like literally made the side of her face just glow, and I was like, what is that? Oh my god, I need that. What is this magic? And she said it was Jouer. So I decided to pick it up, got it in Topaz, and fell in love with it. So now it's like one of my main highlighters that I always use, and I just can't get enough of it. So good. Next is actually one in limited edition packaging. So sorry about that, but I did look it up. It is one that MAC still sells. It is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Oh Darling, and this is such a good highlighter. I did not think that I was going to like this that much. I really didn't. I found this at a cosmetics company store over the summertime, and I swatched it on my hand and was like, whoa, that's nice. Wow, okay. How much is this? And it was so cheap. I think it cost me like maybe $12, $15 or something, so I had to pick it up. And then I looked it up and I found out that it actually is still sold. It's just in their regular extra dimension finish packaging or whatever. But this is an amazing highlighter. I have to say I never tried their extra dimension skin finishes until now, and I don't know why I never did. They look so nice on the skin. They just give you a nice sheen. It's not glittery or chunky or anything like that. Very smooth, very pretty. Last highlighter, well, not really last highlighter. Next highlighter that I'm going to mention is actually the Lorac Light Source Mega Beam highlighters. This is in the shade Celestial. This is my favorite shade. I do have it in a few different shades. So Lorac has, or Lorac, I don't really know. Lorac has the regular Light Source highlighters, and they're okay. I didn't really love them when I purchased them. I thought that they were good, but they weren't amazing. So I was in Ulta, and I all of a sudden saw these highlighters out of nowhere, and I was like, what are these? These are so pretty. And I picked it up. I didn't get it in the shade at first because I don't think that they had it. They had it in, I think it was called Gilded something or other. I don't remember. But I swatched it and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. This is amazing. What is this sorcery? What is it? And how can I get it? Or how much is it? And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I have to pick this up. There's no way in hell that I'm leaving the store without picking up this highlighter. I need it. And the packaging is just so adorable. I mean, like, I don't know, I just love that. I think it's so cute. And it's an amazing highlighter. I also like really gravitate towards these in my highlighter drawer. They're just really big favorites of mine. Absolutely amazing. I feel like I say absolutely amazing every 2 freaking seconds. But it is my go-to shade. So I did want to show you guys this one. It's in Celestial. Lastly, with highlighters, this one is actually a little highlighter palette. This is from Milani. This is the Stellar Lights highlighter palette in Rose Glow. The shades are Pearl, Golden Quartz, and Rose Gold, and it's amazing. For a drugstore highlighter, this is fantastic. This is like better than some of my high-end highlighters. So I picked up this palette. It looked a little strange to me at first because it was like weird colors, I guess. I don't know, not weird colors, but I don't know. Here we go. Pearl, golden something, golden quartz in the middle here, and then rose gold. And they're just amazing shades. They swatch really nice, but they look great on the skin. I was obsessed with these when I first got them and still am. They're definitely a go-to for me. Just throwing it out there because I feel like at the drugstore they now have better highlighters than they used to, but Milani I feel like is a brand that they have like the packaging of, I wouldn't say high-end packaging, but they make it look really fancy schmancy, even though it's just plastic. But they give like the golden look and all of that, and the product it's good. It's good product. So I do like buying from Milani whenever I can, but really good. Love it. Sorry, I totally was not, I forgot I'm mentioning palettes, but highlighters pretty much. This is the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. This I had for the longest time, but honestly, I will say I didn't really use it for a while. When I started using it, I was like, why didn't I start using this sooner? So I don't really use the cream contour in here. I haven't. I should try it now that I'm getting more into it, but I do use the bronzer. It is really good, but the highlighters are what I focus on the most, specifically Stunner, Strobe, and Lit. Specifically, actually, Lit and Stunner. I use these two together all the time. They are fantastic, great highlighters. They just give such a beautiful sheen, a beautiful glow, and I can't get enough of them. I love highlighters that have that kind of like a strobe, very shiny, not shiny, but like a shimmery effect. They look so nice on the skin, and I'm obsessed with these. This is a great palette. It smells like chocolate like the rest of Tarte's palettes, and I feel like this is going to be a go-to forever for me. It's really good. I had to mention a contour palette. I feel like I have to. So this is the KKW Beauty Powder Contour and Highlight Kit in the shade Light. So one thing that drew me to this, number one, I saw it in one of Casey Holmes' videos from whenever, and I just thought, wow, these pans are really big. That's what kind of drew me to it. And I was like, these colors are also different. They look different. Let me try them. When I picked this up, I was like, this is good. This is much better than I thought it would be, and I feel like not enough people talk about this. So the bronzer here is amazing. I love using this bronzer on my skin. It's not too much. It's not heavy on the bronzer, you know, kind of like how I am now. And then you have your contour shade here, which is very, very pretty as well. I really like this. It's a very nice contour shade. Then you have the two highlighters here, which are amazing. They give a really pretty glow to the skin. I do prefer the highlighter palette to highlight because they're very subtle highlighters. They're not, you know, like really glowy like the ones that I just showed you guys, but they are amazing. And I have to say, when I go to a contour palette, it's always this one. Really, really nice. I do use my bronzers and highlighters separately a lot or whatever, but I still like going to a contour palette every once in a while. So good, guys. Well worth the money. And I just love, like I said, the packaging. I mean, KKW Beauty has the most amazing packaging. I love it. Now I thought, let's do some eyeshadow palettes. Why not? So I have a few, and I am cheating a little bit with two of them. Why? Because they're newer favorites from the last couple of months that I can't take my hands off of, and I love, and have the best formulas ever. Anyway, so first is the Lorac Pro 3 palette, and I got this earlier this year and I fell in love with it because this really is an easy palette to use. The packaging is easy. They're very slim. You can take these with you anywhere. I know this is like an oldie for a lot of people, but it's a goodie for me. And it has the perfect everyday shades in here. Amazing everyday shades. One thing is you can get through this palette really easily. You can hit pan tomorrow on it if you just got it today, because I wouldn't say there's not a lot of product. There is a normal amount, but the problem is the fallout it's real. It's real fallout. I mean, you just have to dip your brush in there and it's like goes everywhere. So that's a downer, but at the same time, it's amazing. I really like Lorac eyeshadows. I feel like they're comparable to some really nice eyeshadow palettes that people highly recommend, such as Natasha Denona. I do think that these are obviously more powdery than Natasha Denona palettes, shadows, but at the same time, I really enjoy these. I feel like they're so easy to blend, and I have every single Pro palette. That's how much I love them. Next, of course, I had to mention the Natasha Denona palette. Why? Because I had to. I actually just recently used this in my holiday makeup tutorial. But this is the Natasha Denona Gold palette, and these are the most amazing shades ever. And I feel like having a best of 2019 or best of the year video without putting a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette in here is just like a sin. It's just terrible. You shouldn't do it. I am floored by Natasha Denona eyeshadows. This palette, number one, is amazing. It's just gorgeous. I feel like if you have not picked up a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, save your money and do it, because it's well worth it. You don't need a million of them. Just get one. Just get one palette that you really like. The one thing is, all of her eyeshadow palettes have such like different color stories in them, and I feel like this one is definitely kind of like me. It's very warm with the shades. I love the golds. It's just, they're pretty shades that I feel like look the best on my eyes, probably because of like my hair color and my skin tone. But there are other eyeshadow palettes she has that are also amazing that I'm sure many other people would like if you're not into the golds. Get it, enjoy it, love it, appreciate it, cherish it. Just get it. I am going to mention these palettes, even though they just came out in recent months. Why? Because they're amazing, and I feel like they have to be mentioned in a yearly favorites video. One is the So Jaded palette from Kathleen Light's collab with Colourpop, and then there's the Tati Beauty palette. These two palettes were two that excited me more than anything this year. They're both in the special spots on top of my makeup little drawer set that I have. And of course, I have them right next to each other, and they're right there for everyone to see. I love these. These are amazing palettes. So I always love Colourpop eyeshadows, but I have to say when they came out with this eyeshadow palette with Kathleen, I fell in love. It was so different than anything I was used to, but I got it and I was like, I can totally work with this. And I can make everyday looks. I can also do random looks that I never thought I would ever do. I love it. I really do. The quality of this is fantastic for $40 that you spend on it, and you just get the prettiest shades all together in one palette that you don't really usually think of putting together in a palette. It's so different, so diverse, and I feel like it's something that people who like neutral looks as well as colorful looks, I feel like this is something that would call to you, that you would really enjoy. And it's something that I enjoy because I like occasionally doing a little bit of color, just a little pop of color, but I still want the palette that has everything else in it that I can use for my everyday looks. And this is it. Amazing. The packaging is beautiful. I'm obsessed with how the gems look on here, the crystals, I mean, and it's just, I have nothing better to say. It's just amazing. Next, of course, I'm going to put the Tati Beauty palette in here. Why? Because it's Tati Beauty. I mean, come on. I've been watching Tati for probably the past year now. I got into watching YouTube videos, well, makeup YouTube videos, whoops, last year, and I started watching Tati earlier in the year, and I fell in love with her personality and how amazing she is with giving reviews on makeup. And I feel like she's so informative. She really gives you the lowdown, and she tells the truth about what she likes and what she doesn't like, and I think that's really awesome. So when she came out with her own beauty brand, I was like, give it to me right now. I need it. And of course, I picked it up on launch day, and so happy I did. So first off, you get the most amazing mirror in the world. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. And I did an entire review on this palette, so I won't talk a lot about it, but basically, simple as the fact that the shades are gorgeous and the mattes are just amazing. It doesn't even look like I used this at all, but I did. I have used this. I have, I promise. It just looks like I don't. But I'm absolutely obsessed with these. Glitter is not normally my thing, but these are beautiful glitter shades. I love that you just get a different texture for every single shade. So it really helps you to, honestly, if you're a beginner, I feel like this is the best palette for you because you literally have everything you need right here. Practice, 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 have a little fun with all the different textures, all the different shades, and just enjoy it. And by the way, this matte black is just, I feel like Natasha Denona and Tati have just, they perfected the black. They really have. It's so good. Amazing. I love how it looks. So sleek and pretty. And I completely forgot to mention my favorite eyeshadow primer along with the eyeshadow palettes. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer in the shade Light. You guys know I've been using this nonstop, that it's dried out, and I need to get my new one out and start using it. I feel like every time I try a different eyeshadow primer, I go right back to this one again. It makes my eyes look like the rest of my face. Just the same shade, nice and vein-free, and all that pinky craziness is gone too, which is a plus. So this is honestly, I feel like a primer that I'm always going to wind up using, and it's easy to set, easy to use, and really good things to say about this guy. The next thing I'm going to show you guys are the brow products that I've been loving this year. So the first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde. This, I don't think I ever used on camera, but I have been loving this for probably a good 5 or 6 months now. I did purchase it way back when and really fell in love with it. I was having trouble finding a good pomade. I tried the NYX one, I tried one from Makeup Revolution, and I found that both of them were really dry and I couldn't make my brows look nice with them. This I honestly don't use unless I'm going out because it does make my brows look very full, and sometimes I'm not feeling that. I need a little bit of thinness. I don't need really full eyebrows that are bushy. It's just sometimes not my thing. But on the days that I'm going out, I will use this, and I do love the way it looks. I do use the Anastasia brush along with it, and I feel like it works well together just because it's made for this product. So I would 100% recommend that. For a brow pencil, I would highly recommend the Catrice Cosmetic Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This is not my shade, to be honest, or it's a little too dark for me. I was using O2O medium, but I did run out of it. I have to get a new one. I haven't been using it for a while because of that, but I just really, really love how good these are. I think they're only $2 or $3. They're so cheap from the drugstore, and a lot of people don't really recommend this. I know that Casey Holmes loves this. That's where I found it from. But I feel like people have rated it very poorly on the website and don't think that it's that good of a product, but it really is. This is so easy to use on your brows. It like applies so easily. It makes my brows look like brows, like real, not fake, real. Well, my right shade makes them look real. This makes them look a little funky. But it is a really good brow pencil, and I still probably will use this one. The only thing that sucks is you run out of these so quick. You have to buy like 10 of these when you get them, and luckily they're so cheap. Yeah, 10 of them will cost you about a little bit more than an Anastasia brow is, so why not go for it then? Buy 10 of them. Then the last brow product that I'm going to mention is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is in the shade 2, and I just love the way this makes my brows look. This one is totally drying out. So I do have to start using my new one because this is looking kind of gross actually. I'm finding little hairs in here. Oh boy, okay. Anyway, this is a great brow gel. I feel like I always go back to this one too. I've tried the Milk Makeup one, which is nice, but it can be a little too much sometimes. This gives like just the perfect amount of setting, but also like you can use this when you're not using any other brow products like a brow pencil or a pomade. This really helps you to just get a little bit of a fuller brow without going too hard or being sheer either. It's just right in the middle. It's perfect. It's my favorite brow product ever. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, so get it if you haven't. We're going to get into eyeliners now. So these have been my favorite eyeliners for quite a while now. The first one is the Smashbox Always On Gel Liner. I feel like a lot of people don't say that they like this that much, but I really do. I feel like it applies very well, and I don't really use liquid liner or anything like that. I always use gel liners that I can put on my lower lash line and my upper lash line, and I just think that this is perfect. It doesn't move throughout the day. The only thing is it's really hard to take off at night. That's like my one complaint about this guy, but I really love it. Favorite black eyeliner. This year I used these guys a ton. These are the Ulta Beauty Gel Eyeliners in Penny and Bronze. These have been like favorites of mine big time. I did not know that Ulta eyeliners were this good. I think they're $7 or $8, so they're really not that expensive. I'm a big fan of getting drugstore like eyeliners, lip liners, stuff like that, because I feel like it's like a pencil. Spending $30 on it is just killing me slowly. The good thing is though that eyeliners last forever because you have to sharpen them over and over again. Well, most of them last forever. Next is my favorite lash primer. This is from Lancome. I remember I ordered this from a 21 Days of Beauty Ulta sale, and it was half off. It was only $13, and I was like, you know what, I need a new lash primer. Let me try this one. And I recommend this to every single person that I know now. I never thought that a lash primer was necessary, but when you see this underneath your mascara, you will never stop using it. It makes your mascara just thicken the eyelashes, lengthen them, volumize them. Everything is just oomphed with this lash primer. Everything. It's amazing. When it's full price, it's pricey. It's $26, but it lasts you I would say quite a few months it lasts you. So you won't have to pick up another one for a while, but I highly recommend this. I can't believe how amazing my lashes look when I use this. Sometimes I get lazy and I don't use it. I use it. I just use my mascara and I notice a huge difference. I notice that my mascara doesn't look as oomphed. Not a lot of oomph going on right now. I'm not having a good day. I really am not. Then when it comes to mascara, there are 3 mascaras that I used a lot this year and that I'm just still madly obsessed with. First is actually the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, and I feel like I didn't hear a lot of people talk about this, but I decided to try it out when I went to Sephora one day. First off, this is like a really big applicator. You use this with the Lancome Lash Primer and wow, your lashes are just, you have fake lashes. You really do. You have falsies on, basically. Such a great mascara. I highly recommend this. Milk Makeup came out with it either this year or the end of last year, and I've been loving it ever since. Great, great product. The next is one that I've put into a favorites video, I think last month, and I've been using this ever since the summer when I got it. This is the Colourpop BFF Volumizing Mascara in the shade Brownie Points. This is what it looks like, and it's really nice for an everyday mascara. It's not like too much, doesn't make them like flare out like crazy. I never thought to use a brown mascara, but after I tried it, I use a brown mascara every single day. Lastly is a mascara that I literally cannot live without. This is the Benefit Cosmetics Roller Lash. If you have not tried this, you're missing out. This makes your lashes look lengthened, volumized, but at the same time, they're spread apart perfectly. Like, that's one thing that I've noticed about using this mascara over every other one. Sometimes you get clumps. It's annoying. It's frustrating. You use this and it's just like every single lash is like perfectly even. And I don't know what sorcery they use in this product to make it that way, but it's amazing. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. Next, I'm going to talk to you guys about lip liners. First are the Kylie lip liners, the Kylie Cosmetics lip liners. This is what made me fall in love with using lip liner, honestly, because I can never find a good lip liner that actually was creamy enough that I could apply on my lips and it looked nice. I always wound up using the wooden ones and they just drove me crazy, and now I can't use wooden ones for the most part. I can use like the MAC ones, but that's pretty much it. But these are amazing. These are in the shades Kylie, One Wish, and Bear, and they're all my favorite lip liners. I use these basically with all my nude lips, and they just perfectly outline my lips. They perfectly do it. They're perfectly creamy. They're perfect. I'm obsessed with these so much, and I will probably never stop using these ever. I feel like since Kim and Kylie are sisters, they're like, your formula is really good. I'm gonna steal it. We're gonna use it. We're both gonna use it. And everyone's just gonna love our lip liners and think they're the most amazing things in the entire world. I never tried any lip liners like this, guys. They're so creamy. They're so easy to apply. They're so pigmented. I put them all over my lips and they're fantastic. They really are. They're fantastic. Last lip liners I'm going to talk about are the Colourpop ones. I recently discovered these a couple of months ago, but I fell in love with them. They are actually some of the greatest drugstore lip liners I've ever tried. So creamy, easy to apply. Wow. And the part that I love is they're cheap. So I have like this huge box in here that belongs to my lip liners. I mean, I have every shade I could ever want. They're really good. They really are. They're best at the drugstore in my opinion. So the balms that I've really loved this year are the Physicians Formula Muro. I don't know how to say this. I can't do it. And this one's in Soaking Up the Sun. This one's in Brazilian Nut. They're 2 shades that I've used a ton of this year. And Soaking Up the Sun is definitely my favorite. These are just so creamy, and you gotta like be careful when you apply these because they can go all over the place and just make your lips look like a hot mess. Like, that's Brazilian nut. Look how crazy that is. They're so creamy and glossy, but like they're just so pretty at the same time. I think they're like $8 a pop or so, and I've just really been enjoying them. Like I said, they do get really messy, you can tell. It just gets all over the place, but they're really great and I've been enjoying them a ton. For liquid lipsticks, I highly recommend Dose of Colors. It's my favorite liquid lipstick, and this one is in the shade Nude Chica, and this one's in Sweet and Sassy. And Nude Chica is definitely my favorite, I would say, because it's just a perfect nude, kind of a little bit of like a mauve-y shade. And this one is more, I would say, like a summer shade. But I love these. The packaging is so cute, and these apply so nicely to your lips. One thing that I have had trouble with in the past with liquid lipsticks is I find that they make my lips look really dry and crusty, and they just dry up during the day, and I feel so gross. My lips feel nasty, so I wasn't even using liquid lipsticks for a long time. I discovered these guys. My mind changed. My mind changed a lot about liquid lipsticks. So these really just, they look so smooth on your lips. They feel hydrating. I highly recommend these. Last thing we're going to get into are lip glosses, and these are the Stila lip glosses. These came out recently, I would say probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and I've been loving these ever since. These are the 2 shades that I have. This is in the shade Win-Win, and then this is Golden Parachute right here. I would say Golden Parachute is probably my favorite. I'm actually wearing it over a lip balm right now. A Nude Sticks lip balm, and I really enjoy these. I love the packaging. They're really not even that expensive for high-end too. They're $15 a piece, which I don't think is that bad for a high-end brand. They're really easy to apply. They stay on really nicely. They're sticky, but they're not like an annoying sticky, but they stay on. I don't know how to explain it, but they've been a favorite of mine for quite some time now, and I just really enjoy putting these right over either a liquid lipstick or a lip balm or a lipstick in general. So good. And the last ones are ones that I fell completely in love with. I use these alone most of the time. These are the Marc Jacobs Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick. So different than what I'm used to, but first off, you look at this and you're like, so what do I do? And you just kind of pump it up and do your thing. These are perfect to keep in your purse all the time and just take them on the go. This one is in the shade Sugar Sugar, and this is Mocha Chocolata. This one took me forever to get, the Mocha Chocolata one. Forever. It was sold out of my Sephora for I can't even tell you how long. It was sold out on Sephora's website. It was sold out everywhere. I finally got it, and I'm so happy I did because it's so good. This and Sugar Sugar, favorite shades. Really, really amazing. Like I said, easy on the go lip glosses, and really nice for every day too. So I do recommend these as well. And the last product that I'm going to mention today is going to be this Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. This is something that I've just fallen in love with the last few months and can't take my hands off. I'm, as you can see, using a ton of this, and this is a very fine mist. I mentioned it in my last video, you know. Mentioned it in my last video, very fine mist, so it's very difficult to use up a ton of this, but I have to say, guys, I'm amazed by it. It's so good. I was a little nervous by using coconut on my skin because I've heard a lot of people say that coconut bothers their skin, but it hasn't bothered mine at all. It's definitely taken the place of my other favorite, the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but I do use this when I am trying to make something last all night. This is 100% what I use. This is more the everyday dewy glow kind of product that I love using, and it's literally exactly what it says, pretty fresh. It feels fresh and nice. So this is also a favorite, but not for the same reasons. All nighter, literally, setting spray. Anyway. So those are my favorites for this year in makeup. I'm thinking I'm going to do also a little favorites video on like my skincare, my hair care, perfumes, maybe something like that. If you guys want to see that, definitely let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you either want to try some of this stuff now, or even if you dislike it, let me know. I want to know what you think. I'm kind of curious. And yeah, so let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you guys have not subscribed already, and hit the thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.